Andrew Stacey from the City of Adelaide Lions Club here with you this morning. So a bit of a late start. Myself and the lovely Marilyn is with me from City of Adelaide as well. Give us a wave, Marilyn. Bit of a late start this morning, so apologies if you've been waiting for us to get online on the City of Adelaide Facebook page. Someone didn't tell us that the Can Do group have organised and are hosting a Adelaide Marathon. So they're certainly doing their bit for their organisation this morning, and so they blocked off a lot of the city area, including the Torrens Park walk, where we've been walking for the past few weeks. We couldn't get onto War Memorial Drive at all, so Marilyn and I have detoured and gone back to our old original walking spot of the Victoria Park racecourse track. So my apologies that we're a little bit late this morning, but we had a bit of a detour that we weren't really aware of, and then how to get onto. So I drove to different points of War Memorial Drive to try and get on. It's all blocked off. So they're doing a great job with their marathon. So lots of people running out there. So Patria's online. Just gonna have a look at what she's saying. Def Can Do posted about it right before we started. So thanks, hun. Good morning. So Marilyn and I have detoured. It's just the two of us this morning on this beautiful Adelaide Sunday morning. So I'm going to brag about how good the weather is this morning if you're watching from elsewhere and your weather isn't as good. So we're going to walk Victoria Park. We're going to go the long track around the actual park areas, go around underneath the tree areas, get a bit of shade. But it's beautiful here in Adelaide. It's about 9:15 and it's just the two of us this morning. So hopefully you are well wherever you are in Adelaide or SA or Australia or even around the world. And Uncle Billy watches from Fleetwood in England, so it'll be a good night to him and Val. See if my parents pick up online, see if a few mates from work pick up online. So hope you are well, hope you've had a good week. But yeah, so today we have detoured Victoria Park Racecourse. So next week we should be back at the Torrens Park Weir for our regular spot. And then as I mentioned last week, we'll see if we'll look at changing the venue again anyway once October kicks in. So I'll have a chat to those who regularly walk with me and see if we want to change it up somewhere that's convenient. So hopefully you're all well. Now I've got only a couple of things to talk about from a City of Adelaide Lions point of view. There are heaps of people at Victoria Park this morning, heaps of people on their bikes, a couple of people obviously just jog past us there, heaps of people walking. So get out there and do some exercise yourselves today on this beautiful Sunday morning. The sun is beaming down on our backs. It'll be nice and cool in the shade. So make sure you get out there. So from a City of Adelaide Lions point of view, we've only got a couple of things to share this morning, but it's very convenient that Marilyn's with me this morning because I've asked her to chat about something else for us as well. That gives us a different perspective as well. So I'll get on to Marilyn about that in a moment. So from a City of Adelaide Lions point of view, just a couple of things to mention. We are back on for Fred's Van barbecues this evening. So I've got a team with us this evening. At 5 o'clock we're going to be helping serve the homeless with our barbecue, and we're complimenting Fred's Van that'll be out there. So we'll get out there at 5 o'clock, and then Fred's Van join us in the city at 6 o'clock, and we feed the homeless for about half an hour. So it's a great way of serving the community. And it was one of the two ways that got me into Lions way back in 2014. This is a project that the City of Adelaide Lions Club has been doing for a number of years. I would suggest what, 20-30 years, wouldn't it?
Yes.
Doing Fred's Van?
Yes.
So at the moment we help Fred's Van, we compliment Fred's Van once every 3 months. Just making sure that I'm not blocking anyone off behind us. Once every 3 months. And there's probably a bit of scope if we wanted to do it more often. If we wanted to do it more often, as we used to, we could probably do that. So, but we'll worry about that another time. So Fred's Van are working us back now that they've changed their processes a little bit. Just making sure we're out of the way of all the cyclists. As you can see, lots of people cycling past us, and not that you can see in front of me. Actually, what I can do is I'll flip the camera real quick, and you can see lots of people in front of us as well, walking, jogging, lots of kids out. We're walking past exercise equipment there that people are using as well. So even just this short path along Victoria Park Racecourse is chock full chock full of people. Coda, how are you, buddy? So yeah, get out there and get some exercise, guys. So we're back on for Fred's van tonight, which is great. So this is our first Fred's van since March, I think it would have been, or mid-March, yeah. So that's all cool. And then the other thing I wanted to just mention as well from our club's point of view is, Patricia's probably going to correct me on this because I'm going to get it wrong, but we're going to be supporting on October the 25th, I think it is. We're doing a barbecue supporting MND, and so they're putting on a walk themselves. Actually, they're doing a 5k walk that people can register for, and they've asked for our help through one of our good friends at the Elizabeth Playford Lions Club, who have a big involvement with MND. They're putting on a barbecue, so we're putting on a barbecue with them, for them, and they're running an event for a walking event, which is a 5k walk. So anyone out there who would like to support either the event or us, come on out. Well, if you want to support us, join up and do the walk. It's a 5k walk. I don't know, they're starting out at Pinky Flat, so it's clearly going to be around the same area that we do our walks. There is a cost involved, so if you're interested in getting involved with the actual walk, let me know, PM me on Facebook and I can send you the website. It's the 2020 Walk to Defeat MND, but how they spell defeat is different.
At the end of the day.
But there's someone with the hat on there with the beanie, MND, nice one brother. So it's the Walk to Defeat MND, and that's happening, I'm pretty sure, on the 25th of October. So we're doing a barbecue out there. So any City of Adelaide Lion Club members who would like to help us do a barbecue for this marvellous organisation, just let us know. We've got a few people already, but we need a few more, I'm pretty sure. And so any members, and so even if you're not a member of our club, but you're watching these live streams with us, which way should we go? Do you want to go that way? Yeah. Or that way? Good. This way? Yeah. All right. So even if you're a friend of mine who's watching here, or a family member of mine, and you want to help us with our barbecue, you are more than welcome. Just let us know. We always welcome our friends who are not Lions to come out, and it's always a good way to dip the toe in and see what it's all about. So we've got that event coming up in October. So very excited about that. We're now getting back out there with our events and our barbecues to do some fundraising. This isn't a fundraising for us. It is a fundraiser for MMD. But this is one barbecue event where we're not profiting from it. We are doing our pure citizenship type service where we're helping out and volunteering our time. We're volunteering our barbecue to help out with it. And so this is a pure donation from our club to MMD. So we know Meg Butler from Elizabeth Playford Lions is highly grateful for us helping out. This is a cause that is close to her heart. So Kevin, how are you, buddy? Now I'm just trying to read what Patricia has written. All proceeds from the barbecue are going to run at the event for MMD will go straight to MMD, yeah. So this is one that our club is not, we're not profiting from, but all the proceeds are going to MND, so promoting neuron disease. So it's obviously the same sort of organisation with the big freeze that Mr. Danaher does over Victoria. And like I said, we just happened to see that guy with the beanie on back there. I don't know if I got him on camera there. But Kevin, how you doing, buddy? Hope you're well. So with today's walk, Marilyn and I will probably be out here for half an hour. And so we'll probably keep on walking after we're off camera. But I thought with Marilyn here, we started talking about a Lions barbecue, a club barbecue that she went to, and it made me think, well, for those who don't know, because you've been living under a rock maybe, Tony Pederick from our club is the district governor, and Marilyn, being his marvellous partner in crime, gets to go along to all his events as his partner, and supports Tony, because if you don't have the support of your partner, it's a very, very hard role to fulfill successfully. So Marilyn is hugely supportive of Tony. She rarely sees him at home anymore because apparently he's on his phone all the time. So it's a good thing she's got photos of him around the house. And so I thought, well, with Marilyn here, let's ask a couple of questions about what it's like to really be the partner of a DG, because it's a role that not many people, even in Lions, even are aware of. So, morning Adina and Sonia, how you guys going? So yeah, the partner of a DG is hugely important, and it's a role that even a lot of Lions aren't aware of, because if your club doesn't have doesn't get the honour of having a district governor as part of their club at some point in time, it's a role that can easily be forgotten. So let's have a chat to Marilyn and get a little bit of an insight as to what it's all about. So Marilyn, you went to the Charles Sturt Lions Club breakfast the other morning with Tony in his official role.
Every club is different. They meet for breakfast. They don't have a dinner meeting.
Yeah.
And they have a really good breakfast meeting. Have a guest speaker, and they're a very, very bright, vibrant club. They're expanding. They inducted 3 or 4 yesterday. New members,
and
some
so
younger people.
They've just changed their venue for the breakfasts now, haven't they?
I'm
These
not
guys.
sure.
Well,
Not sure.
being at, is it Woodville or
It's
West Torrens?
The Eagles.
The Eagles.
The
So
Eagles Oval.
they've actually just
Their
recently
function centre.
moved to the function centre. You're right, guys.
Yeah, sorry.
Yes,
They've just recently moved to the Eagles footy club, the Woodville West Torrens footy club function room there for their breakfasts. Morning, John. How are you, mate? So anyway, yeah.
Every club is different. I think they say run your club your way.
Yeah.
I mean, there are different, similarities, but depends on your team. The country is different again, much different to the city. They're
Peter's
so
on.
friendly. We have so many
Peter.
visits to the country. And they're all different too, but it is certainly a different feel to the city.
Yep.
They run things differently. It's a different year. It's a very, very busy year. You're flat out. Years ago, the district governor had to visit every club in the district, and that's 60 odd. But now they're shared with the other DGs,
With the vice district governors.
governors. But we still have a lot to visit.
Well, really, we've got about 59, 60 clubs.
57 active clubs.
57 active clubs in our district, which takes up most of South Australia, not all of it. We miss out on the bottom part of SA.
We go from Unley right up north, across to Horn, Cooper, across almost to Ceduna.
So it's a lot of travel.
Yes, we're doing it in sections.
Yeah.
We've just been to Boolaroo Centre. That was a great club.
Oh, really?
The council
Boolaroo?
Yes,
Yeah,
Boolaroo.
right.
Council gave them the old RSL complex and recarpeting it for them and really looking after them. The local councils do look after their clubs.
Yeah.
Because the clubs
Especially
do
out
so
in the country.
much in the clubs do so much for them.
Yeah, especially out in the country towns, eh?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not like the city.
No.
But they're also friendly, and some are work meetings, others are the local farmers' wives, I guess, cook the food. It's really good.
There's that classic community feel about it, though, isn't there?
There is.
Yeah.
And they come from miles around.
Yeah.
And I think it's a sort of a social thing to come into town and meet.
Yeah.
We went to Butte, and I didn't know, but Butte was an all-male club.
Oh, right.
They had the dinner out at the golf club. There were 41 men and me. They made me welcome.
Oh, good.
The ladies of the golf club cook the food. It's a good fundraiser. They make a lot of money at the golf club by doing functions. But they're all farmers, and they came into town, and they don't see each other very often, and boy, can they talk. They talk about women talking. And a lot of them were young farmers, which was great to see. They weren't all old.
Oh, cool.
It was a really different experience. Port Pirie, they're a very active club.
I see Daniel Lill, Port Pirie is a good one, mate. I just told you that one.
Yes, yes, they're very active.
How many members of Port Pirie got?
I don't know.
Okay.
I don't know. I
We can look that up.
know Port Augusta's a lot bigger.
Yeah.
They're about the second biggest in the state.
Yeah, they've still got about 50 odd members,
yeah.
which is great.
But no, it's been really interesting. We're seeing countryside I haven't seen since I was perhaps a child driving around with my family. Yeah, it's this week we're going to Maitland, having the whole district of Maitland, all the clubs in that on York Peninsula, having a luncheon at the Barley Stack Winery.
Oh, cool.
That's this Wednesday, so we're going across there for the day, just for lunch.
So the cars are clocking up lots of mileage.
Yes.
They get lots of runs, which is good. The cruise control gets kicked into gear, hopefully.
Yeah. What else would you like to know?
Well, with all that busyness, we know full well that it's hard work. Not hard work's the wrong word, but it's very involved for Tony.
Time consuming.
And it's real time consuming.
Yeah.
Do you get the perspective, and this is for him and for you, do you get the perspective of him enjoying it and you enjoying your role in doing this?
Yes, he really, there are a lot of challenges, especially now with clubs not making much money because our barbecues have dried up.
Yeah.
They're all trying to think of different ways to raise money for their projects.
Yep.
But it is very fulfilling. It's he's probably exhausted some days, but he's loving it.
Yeah, cool.
He's actually the oldest DG in Australia.
Is he really?
19.
Oh,
by
wow.
6 months.
Okay.
Yes. Most of them are in their 60s.
Yep. Okay.
Because, it is pretty full on.
Yeah.
But no, he's really enjoying it. I mean, you have 2 years preparation, you have training for 2 years.
Yeah.
And then you have the role, and you only have the role for 12 months.
Yep.
But then as what they call a pasty,
Yeah.
they're usually all very involved afterwards.
So what Marilyn's referring to there is once you've done your service year of district governor, the year after that you're the immediate past district governor. So you're there to help mentor the current district governor. So it's a 4-year commitment being a district governor.
Yes.
With 2 years of training, the 1 year as district governor, and then that year as immediate past. So obviously they're known as pasties, which I didn't even know that.
Yes,
I've never ever heard that before.
Christmas pasties. Not as in the pastry type.
I was going to say, can they
Sounds
choose
like
to be
it.
Cornish or vegetarian?
It sounds like it, doesn't it? Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, cool.
In a couple of weeks' time, we're going to Woodinna and Kimber
Yep.
with the zone chairman from Port Augusta. He's coming with us.
Yep.
And then we're doing, we're away about 4 days that trip.
Okay.
Then later on we have to go over, there's a lot of active branches on Eyre Peninsula. So we'll fly to Port Lincoln and hire a car.
Yep.
Save us about 16 hours all up driving.
Yeah.
8 hours each way.
Yeah.
So we'll do about 7 or 8 branches while we're over there.
Okay.
And they're trying to accommodate us, like some branches getting together. We've got Orroroo, Jamestown and Peterborough getting together to meet us in a couple of weeks' time. The country people don't mind travelling. It seems a distance to us, but to them it's just a hop, skip and a jump.
It's just what they do, isn't it? So, yeah.
Yes.
So that's awesome. So I mean, like I said, that breadth of getting to know all those other clubs for one, that travel then would be reinvigorating as well, because at least that way you're seeing SA again.
Oh, it's
in these sort of times of COVID and whatnot. So
countryside's green.
Yeah.
It's been so far.
Yep.
And yes, the country's pretty vibrant.
Cool. Is it, in the end, this will probably be the last question for you, but is it what you expect it to be?
Oh yes,
or
I
is
knew.
there something unexpected about it?
No, I knew what it would be like because
Yeah.
we did some country visits last year.
Yeah.
The year before we did a few city visits
Yep.
for the present district governor at the time.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, and then I went to training in
Yeah.
Sydney. But
Even
that
as
was
a
waste.
partner, Marilyn had to do some training as well.
I
Which
had 2 days of training.
Yeah.
Exactly, the protocol for meetings,
Yeah.
my uniform, which I didn't get to wear because
the international convention
our
got
convention was
cancelled.
cancelled here.
Yeah.
The international convention in Singapore was cancelled.
Yep.
So my uniform has been on Zoom. I've had to dress up for meetings on Zoom in a uniform. But hopefully I get to wear it in January.
Yeah.
I hope I get to wear it in Canberra if the convention's on next May.
Exactly. Yeah. That would be hopefully fingers crossed.
So this is a very different year.
Yeah.
It's a tough year.
It's a tough year normally, but when
yes,
you're thrown in obviously what's happening.
But this has made it all different. I mean, the clubs, have to stick by all the rules, and the country they sort of don't adhere to it all the time. You don't social distance when they get together.
No.
But yeah, there's no COVID in the country.
Nah,
In the
it's
little towns.
far less recognised, isn't it?
They want to keep it that way.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
So I guess I think it's a good perspective, at least showing this here with you guys on Facebook, because and those who follow this program, because Marilyn has just reeled off, what, 10, 12 country towns that have Lions clubs. And so if there's anything that anyone wants to share, like this what I always appreciate from Peter Corndorfer from Elizabeth Playford, who's also the PR coordinator for the district, he always shares these videos on the 201C1 Facebook page as well. So it's also always appreciated that he does that. So any clubs who do log on to Facebook and those couple of pages to get to see these videos. So as Marilyn's done, she's rattled off like 12 different country towns that have Lions clubs, and they do what they can. Morning, Pat. And so it's really cool to see what these other clubs do and how they run their clubs, because as Marilyn said, there's a phrase going around at the moment to try and reinvigorate Lions clubs, is it's our club, our way. And so as Marilyn has alluded to, there are some things that all clubs do similar, but there are lots of things that they do individually, and that's what makes them, or gives them their own identity, makes them all special in their own individual way. So to see how they do that would be really cool, and to see what projects they do, I think it's just an insight that not a lot of people get. So
what we have found, one of the biggest fundraisers, and they make thousands of dollars, is they've all got donut caravans, or 3 or 4 country
the old
towns.
donuts.
And some people just go to the country markets just for the donuts. It's amazing, and they can make $3,000 in a day.
Wow.
And a lot of them have, you know, whiz-bang caravans, and it certainly is a money spinner.
Yeah.
But probably wouldn't work as well in the city.
But Tony's been on about getting a donut machine with us for a couple of years now.
They have big vans, you know. They're so professional.
Yeah.
And they go all around to all the fairs, and yes, it's definitely an eye-opener.
Sunny lockdown there with Pat there. Thank you, Pat. I hope you're doing okay there, wherever you are in Victoria. But Pat follows us regularly, which is much appreciated. Yeah, the old donuts, and yeah, Tony's been on about getting a machine with our club for a while.
Yes.
So it's just a matter of figuring out how financially viable that is, but it's certainly not an option. So that's really cool. So I mean, I think we'll leave it there for this morning's chat online. But I really appreciate the fact that Marilyn has come out with me this morning with the bit of chaos that we've had trying to get here. But I think to get that bit of perspective from the DG Partners point of view is really important, because while Marilyn is officially a member of our club, there are a lot of DG Partners who are not who are not members, and so they can quite easily get lost in the system, sort of thing, of what they do and what they contribute. I say a lot of the DGs, you know, are in their retirement years, and so to have that support of that significant other really can't go unnoticed. So I'm really glad to know that, Marilyn, that you're enjoying the role.
Oh, yes.
As busy as it is.
Yes.
But I appreciate you sharing that. So, and it gives a good insight as to what other clubs do. So I said, hopefully other clubs share or have a look at this video and they can see that we've promoted you as well. Like I said, Marika out at Charles Sturt is doing a wonderful job. She runs her club, you know, differently to how other metro clubs do it, but that works for their club. So there's no criticism or judgment like that, but it's whatever works for their club. So she's got them running smoothly.
Yes, and we're getting mayors on board. And
Yeah.
You need your local mayor, you need your council to be involved.
To get the actual councils of the various areas in Adelaide is huge, because of the service they provide. We're pretty good with our City of Adelaide council. I know a couple other Lions clubs, especially out in the northeastern areas, are really close with their Teacher Gully Council and whatnot. So yeah, it's really good to make those connections with who you've got around you and those resources around you. So for Lions clubs out there that feel like they're struggling or feel like they could use a boost, whether you're a struggling club or not, you've got those resources such as your councils out there, and country clubs do it really, really well, being their tight-knittedness as it would be. And so it's something that other clubs can get in contact with more and use their resources and use their contacts. So we'll leave it there this morning. Marilyn and I are going to finish off this lap back to the grandstand area of Victoria Park as we're walking past many people exercising. Make sure you get your exercise in there, guys. While this program is all about diabetes awareness, it's all about well-being awareness, so it's about keeping physically fit in any way that you do it. If you walk, if you use the exercise equipment around these areas, if you simply get on a bike, if you simply walk your dog, find any way to utilise this beautiful sunshine that we're having in Adelaide, and find a way to keep up mentally fresh and mentally fit as well. Keep up with your socialising while we can, in case things change. Now that borders are opening up, we'll see if anything changes from that point of view. Hopefully it won't. The City of Adelaide Lions Club, we're slowly getting back into gear with our fundraising and our events as well. So keep following us here on this page. Follow us on our website as well. That's always got what events we have coming up. Patria does an amazing job keeping our website up to date. So keep abreast of that. These videos, Patria also helps, puts these on YouTube. So City of Adelaide Lions Club has a YouTube channel as well. So anything that we do with these walks, even with our Cubs Club, all get put on our YouTube channel. So subscribe to that as well if you've got the time. Thank you so much for joining us this morning, Marilyn. Thank you, my dear. Appreciate it. And I'll say, as I normally do, have a good Sunday. Enjoy whatever it is that you're doing today, and we'll see you next Sunday back at the Torrens Weir, where we have been for the last few weeks, at 9 o'clock, ready to rock and roll. Have a good week, guys. Enjoy.